Hello, everyone. My name is Cheryl Hicks, and I'm the Executive Director and CEO of the Toilet Board Coalition. We are a global business-led platform accelerating the sanitation economy, which are a marketplace of business solutions for sanitation and hygiene. And we've launched this interview series in the months of July and August 2020 to share with the world many of the businesses who are advancing solutions, new solutions for sanitation and hygiene. And today I'm really pleased to have with us one of our 2020 accelerator cohort companies, Green Platform, and we have the co-founder Chicko Sousa with us to talk about their business solution, what Green Platform does, and how Green Platform is contributing to the sanitation economy. So Chicko, over to you. Tell us about Green Platform, Plataforma Verde.
Oh, amazing. So, Chair, first of all, thanks for this chat. That's an amazing opportunity to try to share a little bit more about our technology, but solutions worldwide. And it's amazing to be part of the toilet board cohort. We are learning a lot in the weekly sessions, and it's a very intensive program. It's almost 1 year that we are doing this. So it's amazing because it's every week we have some insights, we have inputs, you have help for your team. And this is amazing to help us to develop more our solution. So Green Platform is a blockchain as a service software that does the traceability from the extraction of raw material, the control of production, and the disposal of the loss during this process. Some of this loss could be hazardous waste, also solid waste, and toilet waste as well, okay? So we create a lot of different kind of controls. We can do this by sensors. We can use IoT, inputs, care codes, mandatory systems. And the idea in this control is to decrease the loss of productions, decrease the sanitation costs as well, and also increase the acceleration of the sustainable production. So nowadays, we are tracking more than 385,000 companies in Brazil, okay, in our surveillance software. And we decrease the sanitation costs in city for landfills and also waste disposal, and something around $35 million last year.
Fantastic. And so, you know, for those, you know, organizations or cities, I mean, can you talk about your, you know, the key beneficiaries, you know, of your sort of software as a service or online platform?
Yeah, one thing that when we talk about waste, sanitation, and control of this disposal is everything and everywhere they do this in papers, okay? We are not able to have all this data input together to understand the kind of inefficient points that you have in the waste management process. So before our system, the city of São Paulo only had the control of 5,000 companies that made their declaration of waste disposal by paper. So they only had the control of these 5,000 companies. And before that, also, they only had the control of something around 85 waste manager contractors that pay the tax for the municipality to dispose the waste of these 5,000
right.
private companies. When we put everything in a digital world, in a digital way as well to control this process, we increase from 5,000 companies that we get control for 685,000 companies, okay? Know everything about them, the generation of their waste, the consumption of their water, the energy consumption, number of employees, the geolocalization in city. And also we increase the control from 85 waste managed contractors for 700 waste managed contractors.
So is it safe to say,
other cities.
Is it safe to say that you sort of moved the tracking from reported numbers to monitored numbers,
yeah.
And that's what your blockchain,
blockchain
as a service, I think you called it.
It's amazing, Charlie, because it's a real-time audit. Before was just that you fill up a paper once a year to inform the city, oh, I generate this. Nowadays,
How,
we control every load of truck that we had in
okay.
the town.
Okay, so I was just that my next question was around that data capture. So how the platform enables the and I think you were just going there with your answer. How it enables, I mean, that shift from companies having to report their waste treatment to being able to gather that data in real time. What
Okay.
enables that shift?
It's amazing because the most strange thing is some way the waste got legs. Why? Because when you produce the waste, they don't stay in your home. You have to send for somewhere. So we have a path for this waste. So someone generates, someone transports, and other one should receive this material.
Mm-hmm.
So at minimum, we get 3 different actors during the process. So how we collect data? We can collect data from these different actors, the generators, the waste managed transporters, the landfills, recyclers, the waste disposal areas, okay? And we ask for them for each load, input for each actor. So with this, we can know what is true, what could be inconstant, why maybe the landfill is not given information about the disposal, that we received information from the waste management company, or even a waste management company that give the information, but the private company that generates didn't give this information for us. With this process, we was able to decrease in 1,000 tons per day the disposal in landfills in the city of São Paulo, okay? When we put all the information together. And how we collect this data? We can collect this by hardware that we can put the sensors, because also we track the trucks. We can collect data from mandatory systems like SAP, Microsoft, that collect data from the RPS from the companies, the inputs and QR codes. So every truck and every container that we have in the city of São Paulo, they got our QR codes. So all the process to collect data, we try to simplify that. So in the first time was very, how can I explain, hard to put 685,000 companies inside the one system. We had a lot of help and trust from the municipality, from the mayor, okay, because he put a final date for every private company to fill up the form for us, the digital form. And after that, so we create a new regulation in the city of São Paulo. And this new regulation in the city of São Paulo now is going to be our state regulation, because now we started with the state of São Paulo as well. So we are going to increase our control in 385,000 companies for 3 million companies in the state of São Paulo. So now we are going to achieve the control of waste generation in a population around 45 million persons.
Fantastic. So in terms of your solution, is it fair to say that this really solves or helps to solve for the challenges around understanding how much waste is generated, where it goes, and for the circular economy, potentially what happens to it afterwards?
Yeah, it's amazing because in a circular economy point of view, now the private companies, they are asking our help to know where is the waste. So now we have some contracts with some private companies that want to collect glass bottles to refill up again with beer and other kind of products. So now we are helping the municipality to give direction for recycled waste to come back for the production systems in a circular way point of view, and decrease also the landfill disposal. 8% of all disposal in the landfills of the city of São Paulo is glass, okay?
Yeah.
So glass is a packing that have a lot of weight, okay? So now we're going to give direction for the glass producers as well. And also with other kind of ONGs, we're helping them to understand the food waste, how we can make food waste circular as well. So how we can reuse food in the process.
And how are you, can you talk a little bit now about the sanitation waste, or toilet resources as we call them at the toilet board?
Amazing. So this is the hardest one because it's liquid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So also some companies that don't use private transportation to collect these. Other companies, they have their stations to treat that liquid in their plants, and other ones don't do anything and just put this out in the sanitation structure. And this is bad for the city because it costs a lot. So the toilet board now is helping us to develop new features just to control sanitation waste. So the idea is to create a new pilot in Brazil that would reply this pilot after this proof of concept in other countries, also in abroad Brazil, in Europe, in Asia, in India, okay, to control sanitary waste. And also we're getting the help from the municipality of São Paulo to create a new regulation as well for this kind of waste and to apply this kind of control. So we are creating sensors, we are creating features, but also we need to create new regulations in the city to get the same kind of control in sanitation waste that we have in the solid waste as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Chicko. And, you know, that brings me to the question around our current global health crisis and the monitoring, you know, of disease. A lot of new technologies are being advanced. Can you talk a little bit about how COVID has affected your business, how you see the sanitation economy approaches like Green Platform being accelerated in the process?
Yeah, well, the COVID showed us a lot of things. Okay, one is only the sanitation and the health issues that we have globally. Okay, this is a sanitation issue. Okay, it's not only the virus; it's the conditions that we can spread this virus. So Brazil now, the virus is hitting a lot in the areas where we don't have a sanitation infrastructure. Okay, is when we have the higher numbers in Brazil nowadays, okay, in the favelas, in the poor areas and things like that. But also showed us
the informal settlements.
If the world stop to produce, also the economies are going to broke. This is the problem in Brazil as well. We have this crazy president that's telling virus don't exist because everyone should work. And we know that we need to continue to produce. But the COVID showed us that we cannot more produce in the way that it was before. We should accelerate the sustainable production. And to accelerate the sustainable production, we need to see more carefully with the sanitation issues, how we are going to decrease our production impacts. Because you need water for every industrial process in different parts. So if we are going to make a jeans, we use 40 liters of water just to give a color for these jeans. Right. Okay. How we are going to make this with 1 liter? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is, and all these 40 liters of water is a sanitation issues because they don't reuse this water and they just put this out without any kind of treatment. So how we are going to accelerate the sustainable production to decrease the impact in the sanitation issues worldwide. So that is amazing because after COVID, a lot of this process, we receive a lot of questions for all different kind of companies, 20 different kind of markets, that now they are increasing the digitalization of their process to increase the sustainable production. So we increase our size twice in these formats.
Fantastic.
We doubled it.
Fantastic. And what do you see as the outlook? You know, in what you've been describing about some of these new realizations due to COVID and the advancement of the digitization, which is really now benefiting the waste management services that you're providing and digitized waste management monitoring. How do you see the future outlook for this? What do you see as some of the new opportunities due to this new reality?
Well, First of all, the new normal is strange for everyone, right? Everyone working by home. We increase the working time because we don't stop because we have the electronic device around us. So everyone is answering emails at midnight, 10 p.m. Also, we have the families with us, so also we need to clean the house to make to homeschool the kids as well, and to provide them different kind of food. So what happened is we have sure that we are not going to come back in the new normal because we work in the old normal, sorry, because we work with in the sustainability area. So we're going to provide everyone to stay working at home. We give all the equipments for them. We are not going to come back for our office until January of next year. But also we are listening this from governments. In Brazil, our government's telling that, okay, we also decrease our costs with all the public servers working by home. So how we're going to keep in this way? Most part of the companies, the private companies that we work are going for the same way. So the impact that we had in the offices, now we're going to have at our homes. Why that? Because we increased I have the numbers of Brazil, in 12% do waste disposal at our homes. Okay, so everyone is consuming more food. Okay, this is good because we're consuming more not industrialized food because everyone now is cooking more at home. But we are increasing the waste inside our homes.
And so does that mean that you're increasing the amount of data that you're getting on a household level versus a business level?
Yep, we're increasing the data in the municipality waste, and also we are increasing the recycling materials in this waste, and also because everyone is at home, the people sorting more the materials. So we are increasing the sorting of recycling materials. So this is going to change a lot of things as well.
And Chicko, as a final question, I mean, what advice would you give to other cities that could benefit from this solution?
Well,
how to get started?
Yeah, I think that before, in the beginning of the COVID, everyone was scared. Okay, the cities also had a new issue that they never had to handle before, but now they still have to run. They still have to see all other parts of the municipality to control, and one of these is waste. And waste is an issue as well because we have a lot of kinds of materials that could spread the COVID and other disease. Okay, so the city should start to see more careful, not only the disposal, but the workers that collect that waste, how they handle that kind of materials. If you see the numbers of New York City, it's something around 1 employee per week that is dying in the waste sanitation.
And how can Green Platform help these cities? I mean, how could other cities apply the solution?
Well, we are a worldwide solution, so we can help these municipalities to control doing the digitalization of this process without papers and decrease their paper time and also their administrative time to try to save this new period of length of time that we give for them to apply for new solutions, to decrease the disposal and to increase the circular economy process for them.
Great, thank you. Well, thank you so much, Chicko, for speaking to us today and explaining your solution, a very unique solution. Do I have this right? A blockchain platform for the circular economy, and in our case, the circular sanitation economy. And you're based in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but you are a global platform, as you mentioned, with solutions for many cities. So thank you for spending time with us today, and stay safe. Namaste.
Jared, it was a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much to help the Green Platform to be a worldwide company. Thanks for that. Thanks, Cheryl. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Bye for now.